up, everybody? Street Star Cardistry, the card collector, and today I'm here with a top 10. Now, these decks that I'm about to show you are my personal top 10. They may not be your personal top 10, and I'm not going to say one individual deck on these. I'm going to go for the actual group, who it's made by. So that's a little bit different than a normal top 10 deck. This is my personal preference once again. So what you may think should be in number 5 or number 4 or number 1 could be totally different. And that's your personal opinion. This is just mine. Alright, at number 10, we got the standard bikes. These are awesome decks. The only thing that's wrong with them is that it's programmed in our minds that they're standard. But these are probably the most bought deck. They've been around forever. They feel awesome. The design is still pretty cool. And they're just great cards, period. So, at number 10, bikes. At number 9, Tally Ho. I love these cards. I use them a lot. This is what I practice with a lot because I love the feel of them. And if it wasn't around for ages and programmed into our minds that these are standard decks, then it would probably be closer to my number 2, my number 1, because of how much I do use these. They come in fan backs, circle backs. They got all different kinds, all different colors. Same with the bikes. But this is a great deck, period. Number 8 is the Nox. So these are very, very simple in design. They do have a reader system on them, and I just like them because they're plain. If you don't want something loud, if you just want a freaking color to match with your sweatshirt, cool. But these decks are dope. I do like the newest version over these. The V4, I think, is better. It's just my personal preference. But Nox come in at 8. Number 7, Theory 11. Now these decks are gorgeous, period. Embossing on the tucks, all this foil, nice seals. These are awesome decks. They feel great and they look awesome, but they may be a little bit too flashy sometimes. I really, really like the Theory 11 decks, and I do collect them. But it's not something, as you can see, these are all sealed. It's not something that I use normally because I don't want to thrash them. I just really, really like a lot of their designs. I do love the way that they feel, but just not a deck I use all the time. At number 6, Fontaine's. Simple design. Comes in a lot of different colors. They feel pretty damn good. They are a little bit slick to me right out of the package. But I do like them. I think that they are a little over the top on people wanting them. You know, I don't see the super hype about them, but they are good decks. So they come in at 6 for me, my personal preference. Number 5, moving on. We're gonna head over to the Illusionists. Rockets, Ghost, 1800s, and my favorite, the Black Tigers. Now, these decks we all know, and to be honest with you, the Black Tigers is what got me started collecting cards. I Love this deck. I always have a brick of them. I use them a lot. Now, they're not the super best for cardistry or anything like that, but this to me, my personal preference, I love the black tigers. That's me. The ghosts are awesome. The black ghosts, the shadows, all of them are dope. The 1800s, they're all badass decks from Illusionists. I really, really, really like these. But the black tigers, I do use a lot. And really, I would have to put this at my number one, but I'm not going to, only for the way that they last and handle, because of so much ink on them. But they're still great deck, and they still handle nice. So that's number 5. At 4, that Daniel Madison collections. He has some very, very nice cards. The Kings, Blood Kings, Hellions, and his whole Confessions. These are all very, very nice decks. And I like them a lot. Recently came out with the gold rounders and gold revolvers. Very, very nice. Daniel Madison makes some good decks. These are also from Illusionist. Those are at number 4. Number 3, gonna have to be Gemini. They have some awesome decks. They just came out with the Superfly. Before that, the Royal Los Angeles, and then the Blue Geminis. These are great decks. They're on a thinner stock, but they feel awesome and look dope. I really like these cards a lot, and they're some of my favorites, and I use them a lot. So I have quite a few of them. Alright, coming in at number 2. I guessed you guys would know these were going to come, but the Verts line. Some people might think that this should be at number 1, or the Fontaine should be at number 1. Once again, this is my personal preference. These are awesome for cardistry. The designs they're way different than anything else. They're dope. I love them in flourishes, fanning, everything. This is a great deck, period. Verts did an awesome job. Those guys together, they can keep going for years and years to come. I think these are great decks, and I'll always buy a deck from the Verts, always. These are at my number 2. Coming in at number 1, I recently did a video on this deck, and I'd have to say they're now my favorites. Not only because of design, but the way that they handle as well. Both handling and design are fantastic, and they're at a reasonable price. Some of these other decks that I've shown you are $15, $20. You can't even find them anymore, so you're paying $50 for a deck of Fontaines, or $200 for the launch edition on Virtuosos. It's insane. But this guy right here keeps the price down so that it's affordable for everybody, and he spends his time making a quality deck. So coming in at number 1 for me is the Bicycle Cardistries by DeVoe. I love these decks, period. I love the way that they look. I love the way that they feel. And I think, to me, my personal preference, these are at my number 1 right now. That may change, but right now, these decks are the dopest and the ones that I like the most. I hope you guys enjoyed. Comment, like, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Once again, personal preference. Yours is going to be different. Let me know what you think in the comments. Street Star Cardistry, the card collector, and we'll talk to you soon. Peace.